What's up? Today is January 5th, 2026, and y'all remember that job I talked about in California? Well, they sent me an email literally the day before New Year's Eve saying that they wanted to host in-person interviews on January 5th. And that was a bit confusing because, there's a holiday in between that. So I sent them a polite email saying, hey, I won't be able to make it. It's too short of a notice. They called me today and say, well, you could do an interview in 2 hours or you can fly here in 2 days. So I'm about to do this interview, okay? I'll be back. It is now 1:47. The interview started at 1:30 and no one came to sign in to the Microsoft Teams call. I sent a really nice email and let them know that no one showed up to the call within a 15-minute grace period, and I appreciated learning about their nonprofit organization. Please do not consider me for this position anymore, and I wish you the best of luck in selecting your candidate. Because why are you playing with me? Because they literally rushed me to schedule the interview today. And then I hope you don't think that I'm going to give you 20 minutes, 30 minutes waiting for you to join the call. No, because if roles were reversed and I was late to a meeting and I didn't send an email, they wouldn't even take my call. I have been aggravated all day today about the search for a job. And while my background check just cleared for the one position that I have a job offer for, it is half of my salary that I make in the federal government. It does come with benefits. So, you need health insurance, especially when health insurance just increased for many Americans. I'm aggravated about it. I'm really aggravated about it. I've been working since I was 15 years old. And it seemed like every time I'm there, it's always some political stuff. It's always some economic stuff. It's always something. And I just think as a millennium, it is a slap in the face to tell somebody the American dream. You sold us the American dream that if we work hard and we do this, when we do that, we will live good. Well, I did 8 years in the Army. I did 9 years of college. I haven't had a speeding ticket in over 10 years. I haven't had a ticket in over 10 years. I've served the public since I was 18 years old. And here I am having to fight my way into another position. It's just aggravating. It's aggravating. The pay is not good. The pay is pennies. And it's like, I'm just aggravated. All day I've been aggravated about this. And then just to have somebody call me after I sent them an email days ago and you just reaching out and then you trying to rush me to do an interview and then I still accommodate the time. I'm still flexible. I'm still agile. And I show up to the interview and you don't show up on time. That's a representation of your leadership style. And I'm not having it. So I did not do the job interview. The job description sounded really lovely. The pay sounded really good. But you're not about to stress me out. Because if you're doing this now, you probably going to be doing some other shit when I get there. And the job is too far away for me to be taking a job and you set me up. So back at square one all over again. I got 2 government jobs I got to apply for before midnight. When you apply for a federal job, you have to write minimum of 1 to 2 pages answering them goofy ass questions about some executive orders that don't nobody even follow or even know off the top of their head. And I forgot to copy my previous paper, so I got to retype it again. Those 2 jobs, I applied for some jobs last week between New Year's Eve and Christmas and stuff like that. Thank God I'm getting, it ain't my final paycheck, but it's my final full paycheck from my federal position this week. Thank you, Jesus. They owe me 3 more days and they have to pay me out my annual leave. Thank you, Jesus. I hope that comes on time, please. But this is getting crazy. This is getting crazy. The cost of everything, and I'm just sitting here thinking like, I'm tired and I'm frustrated. I'm tired of having to carry this on my back. I'm tired of all the sacrifices I've made. Now I'm starting to look at my life at 34 years old and like maybe I should have focused on other things than had tried to chase my career, because now I don't have my career. But then just try to think positive. This is only a moment. This is only a moment. This is only a moment. I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying not to break down. I'm trying to stay focused. But I'm exhausted. I've been going nonstop for years. I'm tired. Mentally, I'm tired. I don't think it should be this hard to survive in a place that they call the free world. I don't think it should be that hard to have the basic things that you need, or just to be able to live comfortable and enjoy your life. But when you go out to the store, like for example, I was so hungry like 2 days ago, I stopped and got me a little, some chicken tenders and some fries. The meal was exactly $10. It came with 3 chicken tenders, some fries, some toast, and a drink. I never drink the drink. I'm always drinking water. When I mean to tell you those chicken tenders were so tiny, this is what we're paying for. We're paying more in terrible quality. So yeah, I just sent the email out because that just really pissed me off, because I was already aggravated that I had to do the interview. You're not really giving me no time to prepare. And then I rush and prepare, and then you don't even show up to the interview. So I'm going to continue my day. And this is the life of an unemployed doctor. What's poppin'? Today is January 8th. I just came home from the dentist. As you know, I am really unemployed now, and I was trying to make sure I got all my medical appointments done before my insurance ran out. So it was a whole thing where I thought my dental insurance ended on New Year's Eve, and come to find out it ended tomorrow. So that was a whole thing at the dentist, trying to make sure they charged my insurance. But I got one last thing I need to close out. I need to try to reach out to my HR. I'm missing my final SL50. They were very quick to delete my ass out the system. I tried to log in for the first time in over a decade. I don't have my Army email account. But yeah, I need to try to get my final HR documents so I can apply for unemployment. Now, I did have that job interview where you saw me talking to 2 gentlemen, and that HR called me about 2 days ago and said that
we were a staff of 24. Now we're down to 12 and a half.
wow.
Yeah, and we're lucky to be standing here because so many other the other FOIA elements, the
And said
vendors.
that they selected me for the position. My thing is, when I first talked to HR, I didn't really, I really wouldn't put no energy into it. And they were like really big on locking me in the salary rate. And they sent the job description and everything. I do the job interview. They tell me that the work is high demand and it's all this and that. And I'm kind of thinking like, that's not what was in the job description. So they offer me a certain amount of money. I haven't got the documents yet. The HR hasn't sent it to me, but I'm for sure going to ask for $10,000 more because I don't care what you put in the job description. The hiring authority said that it's hella work. This job is remote, which would be great, but there's some benefits of going into the office. And for me and for my mental health, I think I need to go into an office because I don't have a lot of social groups. I don't live near family and friends. Most of my friends or colleagues, they don't even live in the same state as me. So I feel like going into the office would be good because I get to socialize. I'm so traumatized from working remote in 2023 and 2024. It's like, they be micromanaging when you work remote. Like, why your team's not green? Like, damn, can I go to the bathroom? Like, just be tripping. Like, I don't know. I just been thinking, like, something got to give. Something got to give. Something got to open up for me. Maybe I got to break down and create my own lane. Maybe I do need to start the notary business. Maybe I do need to try to switch fields. Yeah, I got a network. I don't know, but I'm a little frustrated. This is the first time in my life where I haven't been able to get a job easily. And still remind you, in this climate, I mean, I got a job offer during the government shutdown. That job is still on the table, but it doesn't pay much. It's actually paying half of my salary that I made in the federal government, which is not it's not gonna work. Yeah, it's a great organization to work for, but I still gotta pay my bills. Versus this job is paying me 3/4 of what I'm of my federal salary, which is a little bit better and is remote. But you just don't know what you're gonna get. And then on the flip side, I kind of feel like I'm just so mentally exhausted being in America, being in this climate of hostility. It's just every time you get on the internet or social media, it's still some bullshit. Like, we only like 8 days in a year. 8 days in a year, and it feel like it's fucking June. Just off of the news. I get a lot of anxiety now just thinking about going back into the workplace. I just know, like, in 5 years, this shit gotta be better. This shit gotta be booming. Like, cause the baby boomers, they're gonna be gone. Baby boomers gonna be gone. That's the get on. Baby boomers gonna be gone. It's gonna be more opportunity. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. But I'm about to eat. What's popping today is January 13th. And I'm about to do another job interview. There's another contract with the same agency that I was offered a job. So I only have 17% on the camera because you already know I didn't charge nothing. But I'm going to try to record a little bit of the interview. I didn't really prepare that much because I just did an interview with the same organization. So it's still kind of fresh on my brain. So hopefully they're offering some money. I also got a phone call from a job at the Pentagon. I think it was with the Air Force. And they were honest and said they could not match my salary requirements. They said I was overqualified. So we're going to do this.
Okay. So could you give us a quick overview of your career path and how you came to specialize in FOIA work?
Okay, a little synopsis of my background. I was introduced to FOIA back in 2017. Some federal workers in the Army gave me an opportunity, and that's how I landed into FOIA. And additionally, record management and privacy. I did all three combined together the last 8 years. I have worked in all headquarter organizations with the DoD, specifically the Army, the Department of State, Homeland Security, and Department of VA. The last 5 years, I was the senior FOIA analyst for U.S. Army Central, where we process litigation cases, specifically high demand is TUI cases or subpoena cases you may be familiar with. And I led projects in record management and privacy, ensuring that the privacy standards were in accordance with Army's goals that we tried to obtain, but we never ever hit in the DoD. I have a bachelor's in business management, and my FOIA career inspired me to get my master's in legal studies, working with attorneys, being able to speak their language. And I just finished a doctorate in education, hopefully to advance my career in the legal field, expanding organizational culture, influencing culture, and leadership styles. My passion for FOIA comes from the mission started in the Army in my beginning years of FOIA, serving the public, and specifically the particular public demographic were veterans. Lots of veterans are asking for their documentation. And we don't, as a civilian or a normal person, you never really understand the importance of information and how far information really goes. So I've taken heed in understanding information, managing information in different frameworks and understandings, and I still have my passion for FOIA, privacy, and record management today.
Very nice. Very nice. So when you get a FOIA request,
Good morning. Today is January 20th. What's popping? And I have another job interview. So the last job interview that you all saw, they said that it went great. Whoop de whoop de woo. And the recruiter messaged me and said, "Oh, well, the program manager wants to meet up with you or talk to you." Okay, that's not what y'all said the first time. So then they don't tell me the time of the interview until late last night, yesterday, which was a federal holiday, Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. So now I got to do this 10 o'clock interview. I did not do nothing to my hair last night, so whatever. I just think it's a little bit, meeting four people to talk about a job that's not even six figures to me. It just kind of blows. You see my resume. You already met with me. What more questions do you got for me? And this is what's irritating in the job market. And so many talented people are unemployed or looked over because of the process of employment and the high utilization of artificial intelligence for reading the damn resumes. I'm getting declines. I ain't even talked to a human being just based off of my resume. Like, why do we got a computer reviewing the resume? Yeah. But anyways, so I don't have much time on this SD card. I've already used up a great bit of my space. I'm gonna record this part of my second interview for a job that ain't paying six figures. At this point, all I can do is laugh. I really be having to laugh, I really be having to laugh. Okay? I really be having to laugh about this shit. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see how this shit goes.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Erica, thank you again for. Yeah, there we go.
Nice to meet you all too, virtually.
Good, good. Erica, we're going to do, this will probably be one of the easiest interviews you've ever done. I'm looking at your resume. Where you are working now, correct? You're working currently? You currently are working for a company or the government?
No, my federal government career just ended December 31st. I'm a federal employee whose position was impacted due to the federal employment decrease in workforce.
You retired, so you retired December 31st, correct?
I did not retire. I left the federal government.
But you did it, so I thought like the employees who retired were December 31st, and then the employees who just quit were September 30th.
No, so every federal government agency had their own rollout of decreasing the workforce. So the only way you could retire from the federal government is you had to have 20 years or the age requirement. I do not fit the age requirement. I think you had to be at minimum 55 years old. I'm not 55. So they had a program for individuals that did not meet the retirement age to receive a payout, and you lost your position.
Roger. Okay. Now, I told you it was going to be an easy interview because we're looking at your resume and we kind of just wanted to get a feel for your walkthrough. For my information, I see that you have that gap, right? You just mentioned that you left there to go get a promotion. Where did you go from 820 to 921?
820. I still worked in from 820 to 821. I took an opportunity to work for the Department of Army in Europe, so they hired me to build their FOIA program. So I've jumped around within the Army as a federal employee. The only way you can climb the ladder is you have to change assignments. And here at Shaw Air Force Base, their program does not advance, and if you want a bigger opportunity, you have to leave. So fortunately, the supervisor that I just pardoned, he's been my mentor for the last 10 years, and he always encouraged me to leave, and he always made sure I had an opportunity because he wanted me to be more advanced in my FOIA career.
Copy that. I found it down there. You went to Germany.
Yes, cool. Wiesbaden.
All right.
Okay, so basically two contract companies or Spirit, I don't even know how, I never even seen this, but two contract companies, there's a primary and there's a sub, and that's why I had to do a second interview. I think the shit was pointless. The shit was very pointless. They showed up late anyway. I just think, I'm so used to working in the federal government. It does, spoil you. But getting a government job is extremely hard. Like, it's very hard, but I learned the process. I do miss my federal job. I miss it dearly. I miss it dearly. Lord knows I miss it dearly. I miss it dearly. But yeah, that was a job interview. Y'all saw it. I don't think I'm gonna get any more job interviews this week. I don't have anything scheduled. I'm gonna focus on cleaning up my house. I need to study for that PNP cert. Kind of figure out what direction I'm going in. So I think this is going to be the end of the vlog of doing interviews. Yeah, I really have nothing left for y'all that I want to share. Trying to be mindful of what I say. I don't know. But this is Erica Untraveled, and I'll see you in the next video.